putting them on game,
Mm-hmm.
letting them know what's going on. Like, see, this was happening. Like, you feel me? I'm letting these guys know. So when it be like people saying they want to fight me, it just
Like, how could you, nigga? I was the one that was giving you game when I was going through it.
There was some kind of crazy trash talk with Gervonta and Terrence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of...
Davis and Floyd Mayweather have finally decided to escalate their feud, setting the stage for what appears to be an exhibition fight once Davis retires from boxing. This matchup draws comparisons to the Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul spectacle, which left many fight fans underwhelmed. If history repeats itself, the reception may not be much different. However, unlike Tyson, Mayweather has remained more active in the ring, consistently participating in exhibition bouts since his retirement.
When they came back and it was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight.
However, Devon Davis might simply be too strong and athletic for Floyd Mayweather to keep up with. While this may seem surprising, it's the latest twist in the ongoing fallout between Davis and his former mentor after their relationship took a sharp turn for the worse last year. Recently, Tank opened up about some bizarre incidents involving Mayweather from years ago, which ultimately pushed Mayweather to break his prolonged silence. In response, both fighters agreed to settle their feud in a way that not only resolves their differences, but also guarantees a lucrative payday for both.
No, he's a legend. He's an icon. But it would be a big fight. But your boxing intelligence, Tank, if someone makes a mistake against you, it's over.
Yeah, but
Leo.
arms long as hell. He way taller than me. You know what I mean?
With Devon Davis planning to leave the sport in the coming months, an exhibition fight seems more likely than ever. But how did he and Mayweather end up in yet another back and forth? This time, their fallout was highly public, yet Davis emerged from it as a stronger fighter and an even bigger star, both in America and globally. Speaking on the Mr. J. Hill podcast, Davis finally opened up about what really went down between him and Mayweather.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 21.
When you look up to someone like Mayweather, you expect them to be who they claim to be, but then you realize they're not. It's disappointing and it hurts, Davis shared. That's why I chose to go my own way and do my own thing.
He continued, "There were times when Floyd put me in impossible situations, like my first world title fight against Jose Pedraza. I was just 16 or 21 years old, hadn't fought in 6 to 8 months, and was barely making any money, maybe $10,000
per fight. Then they came to me and said I had to fight Pedraza, or I'd be shelved. At that point, I was struggling. I got evicted and even had to sell my car, and I know Floyd did that on purpose.
And I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight. So
when you look up to someone like Mayweather, you expect them to be who they claim to be, but then you realize they're not. It's disappointing and it hurts, Davis shared. That's why I chose to go my own way and do my own thing.
He continued, "There were times when Floyd put me in impossible situations, like my first world title fight against Jose Pedraza. I was just 16 or 21 years old, hadn't fought in 6 to 8 months, and was barely making any money, maybe $10,000
per fight. Then they came to me and said I had to fight Pedraza, or I'd be shelved. At that point, I was struggling. I got evicted and even had to sell my car, and I know Floyd did that on purpose."
It's just crazy to not fight, you know, so when they came back, it was like...
Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather played a pivotal role in guiding Tank Davis through most of his career, helping him secure world titles across multiple weight divisions and establish himself as one of the sport's most electrifying fighters. However, their relationship took a turn in 2022 when they parted ways, and tensions have only escalated since, with both exchanging insults over the years. Now, Davis has opened up about a shocking revelation, claiming that his former mentor once set him up in a fight where he wanted him to lose. Speaking on the J. Hill podcast, Tank detailed how it all unfolded.
Gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're sitting on this.
It's important to hear these revelations, and at least Davis has finally opened up about his experiences with Mayweather and his promotional company. If these claims are true, it's undeniably disappointing and paints a troubling picture.
However, it's surprising that Gervonta Davis remained silent about this for so long. Initially, his main issue with Mayweather was the latter seemingly calling him out for flaunting his wealth, an accusation Mayweather later denied. Mayweather and Davis once had a close working relationship, with Mayweather guiding him in hopes of shaping him into a superstar. Their bond was strong, built on a classic mentor-protégé dynamic, until everything fell apart. However, last April, just days after the highly anticipated fight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, Mayweather went on a fiery rant aimed at an unnamed group of boxers. He criticized them for not taking the sport seriously, focusing more on their image in the ring rather than the dedication required to succeed. Pretty boy Floyd then used his own career as a comparison, arguing that these fighters admire the final version of who he became, but fail to acknowledge the relentless work and sacrifices he made to reach that level.
Y'all looking at the end results. Looking at the end results. Y'all not looking at this shit where y'all gonna look at the interview and Zab gonna tell y'all, you know, with me being champion.
A lot of these fighters are only looking at the flashy side of Floyd, the cars, the lifestyle, Mayweather said. But listen, I made so many sacrifices. Y'all are focusing on the end result, seeing me as a champion with hundreds of millions in the bank. But even then, I was still grinding in the gym, he continued. Meanwhile, y'all are worried about your outfits, how your boots look, focusing on the wrong things. A lot of fighters today are living paycheck to paycheck. Later, when asked about the intention behind his comments, Mayweather addressed the situation directly, starting with Devon Davis.
Gervonta is ungrateful when it comes to you.
Well, my thing is, I've always been there for him.
My intention has always been to support him from day one, Mayweather explained. We had a game plan, and my goal was to help him become a world champion and elevate him to the next level. Over the years, I've always been there for him, stayed positive, and spoken highly of him. I pushed him to be great, he continued. But despite that, he keeps going online, taking shots at me, and being disrespectful, when all I've ever done was show him respect and try to guide him to reach his fullest potential. That's all I ever wanted for him.
And I've always been there for him. Over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great.
He then addressed the well-known video in which Gervonta Davis accused him of orchestrating an attack, an allegation Mayweather firmly denied. Explaining his intentions, he stated, "People love to compare certain fighters, and when I speak on certain things, they say, oh, he's hating. But there's no difference between this and what I said about the situation with Gervonta."
Chrome Heart, Gucci, Louis, Mercedes. We need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live that same great life when our careers are over. So
However, when I said that I want all young fighters making money in boxing to be smart with their earnings, I meant it. What I need you guys to do is this: whether it's Chrome Hearts, Louis Vuitton, Mercedes, or Gucci, we should be investing in real estate so we can maintain a great lifestyle even after our careers are over, Mayweather explained. But I guess he took that personally, like he's the only one who wears Chrome Hearts, Louis Vuitton, or drives a Mercedes. Last time I checked, fighters all over the world wear designer clothes and make good money. Even those who aren't earning millions still find a way to fly on jets and drive luxury cars, brother.
he want to fight the best they got out there. She's asking, can he fight the best? I believe his contract.
However, Mayweather still had some positive things to say about Davis. When asked about the top 5 fighters in the lightweight division, he responded, "As of right now, the 2 standout fighters. When it comes to power, I'd say the biggest puncher at 135 is probably Devon Davis. But when it comes to pure skill, without a doubt, that title belongs to Shakur Stevenson."
Going in, so hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that next level and give him the fight that he wants to make the fight happen that he
Speaking
wants.
about Shakur Stevenson, Floyd Mayweather compared his skill set to that of Pernell Whitaker, who, despite not being the hardest puncher, possessed the technical ability to outclass the best in the sport. "I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together and I can help take him to the next level, making the fights he wants a reality," Mayweather said. Many have pointed to Mayweather's growing relationship with Stevenson as a key factor in the ongoing feud between him and Tank Davis.
So one day, somebody, because you know I don't have social media on my phone. Yeah. So they showed me Eddie. Eddie was like, Floyd Mayweather ain't got no.
So hopefully, we can come together, and I can help take him to that next level, giving him the fights he needs and wants, making them happen, Mayweather said. Interestingly, Floyd recently made an appearance at Shakur Stevenson's training camp. What made the moment even more intriguing was that after Mayweather and Terence Crawford met, renowned promoter Eddie Hearn also showed up to support Stevenson. This turned the training camp into an unexpected gathering of some of the biggest names in boxing. They say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But in today's world, where high-profile events are witnessed by many, especially when celebrities are involved, keeping things under wraps is nearly impossible. And when you add Floyd Mayweather's name to the mix, secrecy goes out the window. A recent meeting between Mayweather and Eddie Hearn in a Las Vegas gym sparked serious buzz. While much of their exchange was lighthearted, it was clear that beneath the jokes, there was an underlying competitive energy.